Let's get that up. Oh, what happened here? Just lost my screen. Hey, NetTube. How's it going? Not so good. It's what, 12:30 at night here? My breathing's been bothering me, so I ended up doing a treatment. Cough is still bugging me a little bit, but I figured I'm going to make the best of it and go for a ride. So, everything is all set up before I get out of here, so we should just be good to go. Let me get that clock going. And we're already up and running. Let me take that data. And let's start the push. Still not sure how this pushback stuff works, so don't know how well this is going to work. Okay. So we've got runway 21 right on the way out, so we got a little bit of a taxi coming up here. And as you can see, we're a lot smoother this ride than we were last ride. Figured out what that issue was. And I'm using external visuals 1, 2, and 3. I have the main MS2020 screen minimized because it gives me flickers. So yeah, I prefer a bit of pushback. It would be nice if you can set pushback up before you even get into flight deck and then push, you know, start and then off it goes instead of trying to figure out how far it is and everything else. Yeah, my cough's acting up again, Ned. The changing of the weather, unfortunately. Not much I can do about it. And then when I take the medication, I get like this, so I definitely can't lay down and sleep. So I figured I'd do a, well, let's see, Southwest did this ride in 1 hour and 35 minutes in the real world. So we'll see just how close we can come to that. I don't know, did they show the tug leaving? I have no idea. I don't usually use this. Alright, I guess they're disconnected. Alright, let me have you, give me TA, give me auto, and let's check these flight controls. You don't have any screen back here, but by tomorrow I'm hoping that tablet is going to be all charged up and I can give you a couple screens in the back as I program the flights, hopefully. Alright, that's all looking pretty good. Detroit Metro, Southwest 2987 at gate 21, looking to taxi to runway 21 right. See if this is going to work. Yeah, I think I finally got my stutters all worked out. Turned out it had something to do with the menu program in 2020.
2987 Metro ground taxi to runway 21 right via Echo, Kilo, Bravo, Victor, Victor 2, Victor, Mike, Mike 6. Contact tower on 135.0 when ready for departure.
Clear the taxi to runway 21 left via 2 right, Echo, Kilo, Bravo, Victor, Victor 2, Victor, Mike, Mike 6. Contact tower 135.0 when ready for departure. Alright, 135 is in the background. Alright, let's get on out of here. We should have a nice smooth ride now. My last ride into St. Louis was a mess. It was a stuttering, flickering mess. But I found the issue. And I think it was the way I set up my flight last go around on why I had an issue. But she's pretty smooth now. And she should be going forward from now on because I've figured out a way to tell if I have the issue switching between 3D and coming to the outside view. I can tell the difference on whether or not it's going to be a smooth ride. So this should be a beautiful run. Alright, Echo, Kilo, Bravo. Alright, we got Kilo coming up here, Kilo 6. The traffic you see out there is from Traffic Global. Oh, this is nice and smooth. Man, I can feel that medication. Woo-hoo. And Echo 2, right? Got some aircraft on the move here as well. They look nice and smooth. Pretty decent amount of clouds up there, so we're hammering the system pretty well. What do we want here? We want Echo 2. And not this one, the next one. Alright, we got this right coming up here. Alright. And we got a left coming up here. I'll tell you, she handles pretty well. Oh, easy there, Louis. Oh, we got someone coming in right here now. Yeah, this is nice and smooth. Look at this guy playing chicken. And Delta Airlines coming in. He's running pretty smooth right there. So I would say that the sim is running pretty good right now. And we've got this to Mike, right? Mike, we got a left. And towers 118. I'll check that after this turn. All right, we got Mike down to Mike 6. So they gave us 135 flat for the tower. Let's switch over. Alright, straight down. And let's see, I miss any text here? Belgium, wow. The stutters, believe it or not, the stutters were coming from Microsoft Flight Simulator's pull-down menu. So I'm actually running 4 outside screens now. I have 3 of them that are up, and the 4th one is minimized, which is the main one that has the menu on it. I'm getting much smoother performance out of the deal. So, and I think my last flight had something to do with the way I brought everything up. It was kind of okey doke, I guess. So she is back to being like butter now, real nice and smooth. Monitor settings are basically the same as what I had before. I'm using the NVIDIA with the added frames that they put in there automatically, and I'm on the quality setting with VSync on, and I'm using the ultra setting in 2020. Trying to read and do this at the same time. Yeah, multi-monitor setup, especially in 2020, is a little bit tricky. It would be nice if they gave us a network option to use different computers. I'll pay for 3 versions of the simulator, put 1 in each computer, and then allow me to offload some of the load and break it up. Although I'm running 7 monitors, and this is running pretty smooth right now. And Well, I can't really say the side computers because I'm not using those right now. It's all running on one computer, which is pretty cool. All right, we're going to M6, which is right here. And fuel should be getting low there in the center. Yep. All right. Now, let me see. What did I miss here text-wise? Seatbelt all good to go. There you go. Yep, it is tricky. Yeah, these monitors are nine years old. Oh, where's my brake here? See, she's drifting here. She should not be drifting. Got to look into that. Yeah, these monitors are like 9 years old. They're not G-Sync. Matter of fact, I'm just about ready for a new set because they are getting a little tired. Yeah, I'm on Ultra. No, I'm not on multiplayer there, Beanie Baby. That I'm not on. It's starting to break up some of this stuff. I can feel it. Detroit Tower, Southwest 2987, holding short, runway 21 right, ready for departure.
Southwest 2987, Metro Tower, runway 21 right, winds 245 at 7, RNAV surge, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, Southwest 2987. And you, let them know. Give me you, get the clock going, we'll go to TARA.
2987, runway 21 right, winds 245 at 7, RNAV surge, cleared for takeoff.
Cool beans, baby. 10 notifications complete, exterior lights as needed, we are good. Engine start select is to continuous, auto throttle is armed, transponders TARA auto, parking brake release 40%, and we are out of here. Someone's crossing here. Someone is crossing, and he gave us the okay to go. Look at that. Dirty dog. Get out of our way. All right, he's clear. All right, 40%. Stable. Toga. Thrust set. Airspeed's active. Look at this. Somebody else is going to cut in front of me. Check. Throttle hold. We're stable through 80. You better boogie, buddy. And there's another one behind him. Look at this. Oh, there's a little flicker. Gear up. Oh, look at the whole line of them looking to cross over. There's about 30 planes down there. I think we just beat the rush. Oh, you know what? Let's see how she does here. Pretty straightforward. She shouldn't have any problems with this on the way out. That's a great view. Wow, look out that window. Beautiful.
Contact departure on 132.35.
I'll go into departure 13235, Southwest 2987. Good day. Departure Southwest 2987 with you, climbing through 2800 for 4,000. Flaps 1.
Southwest
203.
2987, Detroit departure radar contact, clear direct Fedorov, climb to flight level 200.
Clear direct Federal up to flight level 200, Southwest 2987. Oh, what a great view. Where are you, Johnny? Oh, he's 2,000 feet above us, and he's like a mile and change off to our right. Not a problem. Oh, hey, Philly. Oh, you're off to work? Yeah, for me, it's what? It's 12:42 in the morning. I had to take some medication for my breathing. So I'm going to be up for about an hour. Well, I'm going to be up for about an hour and a half now, being that I'm getting a ride in. But at least I turned it into a good thing. So, hey, have a good day at work, man. The ATC, I have no idea. No idea if he's Australian. Yeah, I'm going to go back and look at that one myself with those aircraft cutting across. The timing was pretty good. We were right in between the two of them. All right, so look at this. She's actually obeying on the way out. Let me bring up that chart. And we had what? Bar 3, right? So we have restrictions coming up here. Yeah, we're right on the money. We're inbound FDR OV below 7. So we're at 7,000. We're right on the money. That view is great, man. Look at that. Beautiful. Nice and smooth. The view is beautiful. I'm liking it.
Southwest 2987, climb and maintain.
Hey, Sky.
250.
Climb and maintain flight level 250, Southwest 2987. All right, we're good up to 25. All right, so we pass Monroe here, and then we're inbound Hunts, and we'll head on up. And then we're good all the way up to 25 right now. And Sinker will put us at the end of the SID out of Detroit. So, what a great view. And she's holding 250 knots, 7,000. Once we pass this waypoint, we're going to head on up. Nicely done. I mean, we could head up right now because we got ATC telling us, but I'm just going to follow the charts. I hope everything's good with you, Sky. VAT Sim, Sky? Oh, yeah. I've been a member for a lot of years. Matter of fact, my VAT Sim ID is 806309. I have a 6-digit number. I've been around so long. All right, we're on our way up. Beautiful ride. PMDG right on the money. The view has been amazing. And my stutter problem has been figured out. Which means my day rides are going to be in 2020. And if 2024 ever becomes available for those of us that would like to have the option to fly offline, I'll be picking that up as well. That's 10. Off, let them know. And we are looking pretty good, man. We're up to 350 this ride. No, we're 360. Climb, maintain flight level 280, Southwest 2987.
Southwest 2987, roger, maintain flight level 280.
Cool. Oh, really? That's Detroit? That's your home? Airport? Cool. What a great view. I'm heading back to St. Louis because I went there earlier today when I was having the stutter issues. But I left another airport, and the view was just amazing. So I definitely want to go back and have another look, especially with it running nice and smooth like this. This is just fantastic. If I have to be up because of my breathing, this is a nice way to spend that time. And I figure by the time that I get in, the medication that makes me get like this will probably be wearing off. Right now, I couldn't lay down even if I wanted to. That stuff just gets me so on edge. All right, let's see. At Hunts, we should have 15.4 on the fuel. We're at 15.6 right now. And we should have 9.7 when we get into St. Louis, if I could put it down right now. And we've got just under 400 miles to go, 399. 102 miles to top of climb. It's actually pretty smooth, so we're going to let them run around. After Hunts, we're looking at 54. And we're going to 213. So this one, got this one right out of the ballpark. PMDG, right on the money. Beautiful ride. The view is spectacular. The clouds look fantastic.
Southwest 2987, climb and maintain flight level 320.
Climb and maintain flight level 320, Southwest 2987. Oh, have a good night, Sky. Well, or day. I'm not sure what part of the world. Oh, you're in Detroit, so yeah, you have a good night.
128.625.
I'll go into Cleveland Center at 128.625, Southwest 2987. Good day. Cleveland Center, Southwest 2987 with you, climbing through 16,700 for flight level 320, inbound Barry. That is some spectacular view.
Cleveland Center, good morning. Lambertville, altimeter 30.06.
Not bad. Yeah, PMDG put this one right out of the ballpark. And we're coming up on 18. So we'll go to standard pressure and we can have a look. Make sure we didn't miss anything here. Right, let's see, 10,000 autopilot is engaged, flight attendant notification is complete. Cabin pressurization and temperature, we're going to monitor that. Engine bleeds, 1 and 2 are on, pack switches to auto, APU is off. Exterior lights as needed, we are good. Engine start selectors as needed, they're off. Auto brake is off, landing gear is up and off. Altimeter is set for standard pressure. Basically now it's just monitor the electrical, hydraulics, cabin temperature, engine status, fuel usage. We're going to file a plan progress. Going to keep an eye on that. Going to keep an eye on the pressurization panel, and we're going to plan the arrival. All by myself. All right, that should be in range. I'll climb and maintain flight level 360, Southwest 2987. All right, so that gets us up to cruise. Once we get at cruise, I got to step out, get a drink. This medication dries out my mouth as well. And I'll tell you, when everything comes together and works the way it's supposed to, this is better than a Disney World ride. No doubt about it. No lines, no ticket prices. Well, not anymore. There's one big ticket price in the beginning, but no ticket price now. No lines, and I'm not stuck to a time frame. So it's pretty cool. Nice little peekaboo with the clouds here. I'm still working on NVIDIA. I can't even remember what the heck it's called. Begins with an E. Experience or something with the filters. I'm not too happy with what 2020's given me, so I'm kind of altering some stuff. Still playing around with it. And if 2020 now stops being a problem child going forward with issues, I may even take a look at the night lighting. But right now I prefer the night lighting in X-Plane 12. But I'll have the best of both worlds, worst case scenario. I'll have 2020 for my day flights, X-Plane 12 for my nighttime flying. So can't beat that. And the flight deck is fairly easy to switch between the two. I think I have to move 3 cables over and that's it. Pretty simple. And if I had AB boxes, it would be even easier, but I just can't be bothered. This is pretty simple. GeForce Experience, that's it, NetTuber, thanks. Yeah, that lesion on my brain acts up every now and then, and I just forget stuff. That's why my wife brings me my medication. What a great view, man. Oh. Beautiful, smooth ride. Clouds look great. How we doing here? We got another 63 miles to top of climb, and we've got 360 to go. And that's 28 minutes out of the gate. 14 minutes since we entered the runway. So we do have a little ways to go. But I definitely got to stop up. I got to get out and get a drink once we get to cruise. And another 60 miles, and that'll put us at the end of the SID out of Detroit. Let's see if I'm going to pick us up here. That's in range. What are we cruising at here? Mach 0.799. You couldn't go to Mach 0.8, could you? How about that? Mach 0.8. Recalculate. The only instruments that aren't hooked up just yet, and I'm in contact with Flight Illusion on my Flight Illusion gauges. Those have to be worked on. G-Steps shows that they're connected. I get backlighting when I have them on, but they're not getting any data, so hopefully I'll have that fixed soon enough. I really didn't push the issue because I wasn't using MS2020 all that much, but I am now. She's looking and performing real well, and most of the issues that I've been plagued with, I've finally been able to kind of work them out, it seems. So, fingers crossed. I should know by the end of the week if this is going to be a go going forward. Won't be able to fly on Thanksgiving, I don't think. I don't know what time the family's getting here, but I'll have to make up for it on Friday. All right, Barry, 14.1. We're 14.1 on the fuel. So we are looking pretty good. And we're inbound sinker, and that puts us at the end of the SID. Another 27 and a half miles. All in all, pretty cool run. The view is amazing, even with the clouds peeking. Playing a little bit of peekaboo with the ground down there. It looks pretty cool. Every now and then you get a funky looking cloud that passes by. Looks like kind of lines with like see-through through it. But outside of that, it's really looking good. P11. And you're coming into range.
Southwest 2987, contact Indianapolis Center on 135.8.
Contact Indianapolis Center on 135.8, Southwest 2987. Good day. Indianapolis Center, Southwest 2987, with you, climbing through 31,000 for flight level 360, inbound sinker.
Southwest 2987, Indianapolis Center, good morning.
Man, we have 123 knot crosswind slapping us right now. 124 knots. Ooh wee. It'd be nice if that was behind us. Oh, hey, Siberia. Yeah, late night. You got that right. It's 1 a.m. Well, 12:59 in the morning. 1 a.m. All right, sinker, we should have 13.5. We're at 13.6 on the fuel, so we are right on the money. I don't think XATC or FSATC is on this frequency for some reason. Might be quiet for a little bit here. 254. What we can do and we are looking at what, 97. We're inbound VHP. Let's see, when do we get on that chart here? Maybe St. Louis. Where'd you go, St. Louis? You disappeared. Archer 2. And we get in at Buell. We get in at, let's see. Right. UK. Pruitt. Akbar. And, well, we're not going to get on the moving map display until we get by Arch. But we get picked up at VHP, and we're 90 miles out. So we're going to be on the arrival into St. Louis in 90 miles. Oh, we just got a message from SayIntentions. All aircraft, we are aware of issues with co-pilot. We're working on a fix now. Okay, that's nice they can put those messages up there. Get them out to you instantly. That's pretty cool. Sergeant Sapper, Is that it? It's hard for me to see the text. It's very tiny. How much did that setup cost? This setup was 100 grand. Hey, it's just pre. How's it going? Well, I told my wife, I said, if we ever hit the lottery, I says that we need a 6-car garage. I said, so this will be in one of the bays. I said, I want a racing simulator in the second bay and a helicopter simulator in the third bay. And then on the other side, where the other 3 bays are, I'll have my 70 Challenger, my wife's car that she drives on the street, and the car that I drive on the street. So far, luck has not been on our side. What are we looking at here? We've got, we're under 300 miles to go now. We have 295 miles to St. Louis, and we've got 173 miles to top of descent. Yeah, you're not kidding, and I'll tell you, these past 4 years in the States, the government has not been too friendly to the American people, that's for sure. Man, it's been rough. That should be in range, 254, right on the money. Oh, man, I could still feel that med. Starting to die out a little bit, but it's still there. Yeah, I'm lucky. I don't eat much. I eat once a day, and I eat like a pigeon. Matter of fact, what did I eat today? Did I eat today? Yeah, I had a little macaroni. That was it. A little macaroni with some red sauce. A little bit of cheese on it. That's it. All right, let me go and grab a drink while I can here. And that's 40 minutes from the gate. And they did this ride in 1 hour and 35 minutes. So we should have under an hour to go. I'll be right back. Now that medication works, but man, that is a terrible feeling. Hey, 80 quarts, when did you sneak in here? Shadow's a smart one. He's in bed, man. It's funny because he sleeps right between me and my wife, right up by the head. Right between my pillow and my wife's pillow in that little open little niche area. Every night like clockwork. He's there. And if my wife isn't ready for bed at 11 o'clock, he's waiting at the door. funny. And what's that, Sergeant Snat? Everybody hit the like button. I like that idea. I tell you, this is a nice smooth ride. It's nice when it comes together like this. I think if I can get this to go a week without having any major issues, then maybe I'll break out the uniform shirt. I was going to break it out for my first flight in 2024, but since I'm not going to be doing that at least for a while, I guess I'll get it. I'll wear it for 2020. A few of my regulars have asked. It's the only thing that's missing. So, but they're not going to get any pants or shoes though. This is Barefoot Airlines. I fly comfortable, and I probably won't wear that shirt all that often because it's not all that comfortable either. And I'm not wearing a tie, so. "2024 looks beautiful. It has a lot of potential, but for me and my flying style, it's just not practical for me to have something that's 100% streaming, because I would basically be relying a lot on their servers and the ability to handle any server load during the time that I want to fly. So that makes it difficult for me to actually like that program. But I did have it for a while. I hit about 60 or 70 airports, and I like what I saw. There's still a few airports or areas where you can tell the satellite data is a little fuzzy and doesn't look as great as it should. It's very noticeable out in Hawaii and a couple of the islands. You'll be able to see it. It would have been nice if they actually filled those areas in around the airport that look kind of fuzzy with some foliage, kind of hide it or blend it in a little bit better. But that would be a nice little add-on package for some third-party programmer. Oh, hey, Aaron, how's it going? Oh, you went back and looked at the departure? Yeah. Cool. I'm looking forward to the arrival into St. Louis. I was in there earlier today, and it looked fantastic coming in. But with the stutters, it kind of messed it up a little bit. Now we're running really nice and smooth, so it should look really nice coming in. And they came in, they're using 12 left on this ride. So we're going to be coming down and going around. So we're going to be making a U-turn. Although we'll be making a left this time. Last ride into St. Louis, we made the right. MH Reels, how's it going? Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. The flight deck is actually a professional flight deck. It's a Boeing 737NG dual trainer that was built by Flightdeck Solutions. It's a Canadian company that builds hardware for commercial companies. Matter of fact, Southwest actually has their hardware. I believe they're using their CDUs for training. Plus NASA, BE&E or GE&E, some cargo companies. So this is probably about as good as you're going to get outside of the multi-million-dollar simulators. Night flying, yeah. Right now, I prefer X-Plane 12 for my night rides because I just have, there's so much more I can do with the night lighting in X-Plane 12 with reshade. But in all honesty, I really haven't tried too much in here. A lot of this lighting looks like it's kind of painted onto the ground where I'm not going to have the ability to change individual lights. I may be able to dim them, you know, dull them down a little bit, but I think I'm going to be fairly limited in what I can do. In X-Plane, I actually changed the colors and everything else because I didn't like what they had. So, no, this is in my 2-car garage. Matter of fact, I think I have a video from, oh, I don't know, maybe 4, 5, 6 years ago, where I actually start with the camera back by the door, and you can see the surrounding area of the garage, and I walk around and turn on the monitors and the computers, and I show you how I turn everything on and boot it up and get it ready. But that was a long time ago. I think that might have even been for P3D before I moved on to X-Plane and then into 2020. Look at this. We're fighting a headwind of 119 knots. Mikey headwind strikes again. That should be 2. So at VHP, which is Brickyard, that puts us on the arrival into St. Louis. And we should have 12 on the fuel. Right now we're at 12.2. We should have 9.8 when we get into St. Louis, if I can put it down. And we've got 230 miles to go, 110 to top of descent. Black Marble, yeah, you know, I started playing around with lights way back when. Yep. I used his night lighting, and I wasn't crazy about it, but it was better than anything that was out there, so then I went and I made my own adjustments. I really like flying at night. I think it's as close you can get to what it looks like in the real world with reshade and the edits that I've done. Although MS2020 looks great. I really haven't done too much flying in Microsoft because of all the issues that I was having. So, but a lot of them have been worked out. If I can work out my flight illusion gauges, then compatibility will be basically the same between X-Plane 12 and MS2020 and 2024 going forward. So, and then switching between the 2 base platforms, I just have to move 3 cables. That's it. Doesn't get any easier than that. Not in 2020, I'm not using reshade. I'm using reshade in X-Plane 12. In MS 2020, I'm using NVIDIA's, was it Experience? What the heck was the name of it? And he wrote it out for me once already. I tell you, things just slipped my mind. But I'm using the filters inside here. I'm just getting started with them. And I may still make a few adjustments here. This might be a little bit too bright for my taste with the clouds. I may want to tone that down just a little bit. The front looks pretty good, but off to the side where the sun's beating up just brightens them up a little bit too much. So I'll be fooling around with that for a little while. But the way it is right now, I've got the best of both worlds for daytime and nighttime, which is pretty cool. I mean, daytime riding, the only way it's going to get better than this is with 2024. So, all right, we're under 100 miles now, top of descent. 95. We got 215 to go. All in all, this has been a great ride. And the fuel is 12.12, right on the money. And we're going 57. And we're looking at 81. Yes. That should be right at the edge. That should just be coming into view. What time is it? 20 after 1? Yeah, see my hands are starting to calm down now. Breathing's a little bit easier. I still feel like there's a whole glob stuck here. I'll tell you, the view out the window is amazing. These clouds look phenomenal. Laminar should find the guy that made these and hire him, because they're far superior to X-Plane 12. Beautiful view. Absolutely beautiful. You even have little tiny puffs of cloud drifting past above the lower level here, layer, every now and then. Pretty cool. How do you learn what every button does? Oh, there goes my dehumidifier alarm. I got to empty that. Books. I have all the Boeing manuals from PMDG, as a matter of fact, when they put out the captain's package way back when. They had the FCOM manuals and all that. For the flight management computer, I bought Bill Buckner's CDU book, which was an excellent book. I also purchased all of the training videos from Angle of Attack. I reviewed all those. I also have some computer-based training, real computer-based training videos, CBT stuff, that I've looked at as well. So it's a combination of stuff that I've picked up here and there and whatnot. And then it's just years of doing it over and over and over and over again. And then that's where this comes in. I made this a few years ago, and I've basically been updating it with little tidbits here and there. I use this when I have people in the flight deck that don't know anything about the plane, when I have my friends over. It's not going to be on for Thanksgiving, no, there's just too many people here. But when they come over every now and then, I'll sit in the right seat. I'll give them the left seat so they can play. And this is a flow checklist. It's basically what the pilots memorize. It's the flow part. And then the checklist items you have in here are in various sections, which are the important items they want to make sure you don't miss. So a lot of this is memorized. But since they don't know this stuff, I have one on here, I have one on my side, and then we'll go through each one of these items. All right, dispatch load sheet, we make sure we have that before we start the flight. DC voltmeter selected to bat, DC battery switch on guard. We'll go through this whole thing. I'll point to where all the switches are, and then they'll pull them, throw them, dial them in and whatnot. So they get to do everything from cold and dark to securing on the back end if we can get on the ground. Few of my friends wanted to go to, was it Princess Juliana, St. Martin? I've had one real-world pilot, Cessna pilot, actually land in the swimming pool next to the hotel. That's off to the left of the runway itself. I had a couple of friends put it down in the beach. So if this was real world, those people on the beach I'd like to get blown into the water would have been taken out. But they have a blast when they're in here. And then I have a few real-world pilots that come in here. One's an Airbus guy. One guy's a Boeing guy. One's retired. One's still active. So, and they have a blast. I have one pilot friend. He hasn't been here all that often, but he's made 2 or 3 trips here. And he flies the NG, and he says this is his office. This is basically the same as the aircraft that he flies for Southwest. So he was absolutely amazed. And that guy I met through my dentist, believe it or not, because I had on one of my flying shirts, and my dentist was intrigued. And I was like, oh, you think that's cool? Check this out. And then I showed him my flight deck, and then he was like, whoa. He's like, I got a couple of pilot guys that, come in here as patients. You mind if I give him your number? And then that's how the whole thing started. So, and then we got hooked up together. I said, you let me know when he's coming in here, to see you for an appointment. I'll make an appointment at the same time. And we hooked up. I showed him the video. He was impressed, and he came over, and it all went from there. Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, when I first had this put in, Steve Kaz, who's the IT for Flightdeck Solutions, because he was down here. I flew him down from Canada. It was him, myself, and a friend of mine, Mr. G, that put this together. It took us about a week. And before he left, he says, don't you worry. He says, this will pass the holy shit test. And I had no idea what he was talking about until my second friend came in here and saw it. And he was like, holy shit. And I was like, okay. I actually texted Steve back, and I was like, I finally get what you were saying. Pretty funny. So we're not going to get on this moving map display until we're inbound Arch, but we're on the arrival into St. Louis. We're heading inbound to Akbar, for those that may know the charts in the area. What are we looking at? Just about 50 miles to top of descent. We'll give them another minute or two to run around. And we've got 172 miles to St. Louis. I'm looking forward to this because this has been beautifully smooth the entire ride. Looking forward to this arrival. That should be in range, and you should be 6. Oh. So that's an hour from the gate, and that's 45 minutes from entering the runway. And Southwest Airlines did this ride in the real world in an hour and 35 minutes. So we've got just over a half an hour to get in. No big deal. Reels. No big deals, reels. I'll tell you, I don't mind the company. The company and the compensation, especially at cruise. I mean, it's well appreciated, I enjoy the conversation. Plus, when I'm in here late at night like this, it helps take my mind off my breathing. So, and that's a huge plus because that's a big part of it. This has been one amazing ride. Yeah, see now my mouth is starting to get tired. I'm yawning. So the medication is starting to wear off where I got that jittery kind of want to jump out of my skin feeling. Which is good. By the time I get on the ground in about a half an hour, it'll be Betty Bye time. Be nice if I can get a couple of rides in tomorrow, because I don't think I'm going to be getting any rides in on Thursday. Place is going to be a madhouse. Yeah, Reels, I'm actually running 2 programs. What you're listening to right now is FSXATC, which is background CAN transmissions. Basically how that works is it depends on what frequency I have tuned in. and I'll get the appropriate transmission. So if I'm tuned into clearance, I'll hear other clearance transmissions. If I'm tuned into ground, I hear ground transmissions, tower, you know, and so on. Then I have SayIntentions that I use, and that's for communications between me and ATC to get directions itself. So let them transmit, and I can actually pause their transmission so I can talk to SayIntentions if I have to. See, I can just pause their transmission and then bring it back.
Attention all aircraft. Audio issues were more widespread than we thought. Should be normal now.
Ah, look at that. We just got an update from SayIntentions. Looks like everything's good, up and working now. But I can pause their text and then I can ask them for, let's see, what are we on? Oh, I'm not even on the right frequency. Let me swap that over. And Indianapolis Center, Southwest 2987, radio check. And then I can talk to them directly, and then they'll answer me directly for this flight. So, that should be in range. Now let's see if we're getting transmissions on here now. Yeah, between the two programs, it gives me a nice mix, and it kind of fills in the background chatter with additional stuff that doesn't sound robotic. So it adds to the overall experience.
Southwest 2987, expect the ILS approach for runway 12 left into St. Louis. Use the Arch 2 arrival. Prepare to descend in approximately 0 minutes. Let me know if you would like to begin your descent.
In 0 minutes? I'll expect the ILS approach to runway 12 left into St. Louis. Use the Arch 2 arrival, and we'll be prepared to descend in approximately 0 minutes. Southwest 2987. What are we looking at here? We got 20 miles now, top of descent. We can just about get them back in their seats. We have 142 miles to go. So, yeah, let's get them back in their seats. And we're cleared down via the Archer 2. Below, above, we're good down to 11 actually, since we're good to descend via the Archer 2. And let's come on back, get some additional transmissions. Yeah, I guess in under a minute they're going to give me instructions to descend, but they told us we can descend through the Archer 2, so we'll go back and see if we can get some additional transmissions from other guys so it's not so empty in here. I know the SayIntention does get a little mixed up on the way down every now and then. So what I usually do is I'll follow the charts. So if the airport has a SID and a star, you know, I'll follow that in or out, even if they give me some other instructions. Because in the real world, they're more than likely following the SIDs and the stars on the way in and out. Air traffic controllers aren't going to sit there and play. You know, especially like they do in VATSIM or IVAO, where they'll vector you around, which they're not doing that in the real world. Alright, we're good down to 11. That is in. And let me have a look at you as well. 12 left. Let's have a peek here. Let's get you in. And decision height. Right. In the real world, before I met my wife, once I met my wife, that was pretty much over. So I started flying at a Teterboro little mom and pop 61 school, then worked my way over to Islip out in Long Island to a Part 141 school. Then I met my wife, and then I ended up working civil service for the state of New York. Which is probably a good thing, because now I'm retired and I can enjoy a lot of stuff. So I think if I wasn't working for the New York, for the state, because they have great retirement package, so can't beat that. All right, and we're on our way down, and that's an hour and 8 minutes from the gate, 53 minutes from the runway. And this is all put in. That's looking good. We can come back to you, and let me have Arch 2. Let's see how she handles the descent. So far, this ride has been absolutely beautiful. No issues whatsoever. Although, who knows, you know, I may not have gotten sick from 9/11 working in New York and all that garbage and need the oxygen and have lost the organs to cancer. If I would have went and stayed that route, who knows? So, but I can't look at the what ifs, because who knows? I could have kept freaking flying and crashed, you know? You never know. So, all right, so we're inbound UK 280 above, or below, I'm sorry, below 310. Okay, well, we're at 341 descending. So, and we should definitely make that. That's still 20 odd miles out. And then Arch, we need to be above 11, so we'll go down to 11. Let's have a look at the rest of this. Kirak, and then Jake. Choco. Herbie Bell. So, you know what? Let's do this. Let's see how she handles the entire ride down. PMDG has been performing very well, so I'm not expecting any issues. So we should have a good ride into St. Louis. Oh, I could imagine. Most of them are eager to share what they have with people that are truly interested. That should be in range, and you should be 4. So what are we looking at? UK, we should have 10.5 on the fuel with 10.6, and we should have 9.8 when we get into St. Louis, unless I can't put it down. We've got 107 miles to go. All in all, this has been a great ride. I don't think I've anything to complain about this run. From cold and dark to where we are right now. Beautiful. Yeah, it's amazing, Reels, everything that actually has to come together in order to make this all work. I mean, there's Device Interface Manager, there's PMDG, there's MS2020, there's the pull-out menus. There's a ton of stuff going on here. There's CDUs are coming from another computer. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. And it's amazing that it all comes together as well as it does. I mean, it does screw up every now and then. It becomes frustrating at times. But when it comes together, it's just no better feeling. Getting in a real good ride. That looks fantastic. The clouds below. Look like there might be a little bit of a flicker there. Not much though. And we're getting slammed with clouds. Looking pretty good. And pretty smooth. Very nice. All right, we're under 100 miles to go now. 98 miles to St. Louis. And the descent is right on the money here. And from UK, we're inbound Arch, and that'll put us on the moving map section of the arrival. Wow, look at all the clouds out here. I hope we have a decent view getting into St. Louis. It looked great earlier today. A lot of clouds. This is where I want to use some of those filters to clean some of this up, get it look a little better. Hopefully I'll be able to do that. And it looks like a lot of the filters that are included with the NVIDIA experience are also in reshade, so hopefully the ones that I need, that I usually use, are included. Oh, the peekaboo in the clouds looks great. Man, that looks good. Oh, you too, Reels. Have a good night. Oh, the Concorde, nice. Now that's truly booking. Us going at Mach .8 is nothing compared to that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Would be nice to have those flights brought back. Be nice to be able to fly to London in like an hour and a half. All right, we're on that moving map display. Very good. And the descent is right on the money. And Arch, yep, okay. So we need to be above 11 at Arch. We're at 24.9, and Arch is 6 miles out, so I think we're good. We've got Kirya. We need to be between 11 and 15. So far, beautiful run. Nice view between the clouds. You can see where the shadows are in the ground and then the sun peeking through, lighting up some of the areas. Looks pretty cool. Not much to see on the right side though, a little bit heavier on that side. That'll probably be the better side for you to see it, if anything. My fat head won't be in the way, or the tablet. Oh, you might have a little bit through this back window here. Looks like once we get through this layer, we might have a decent view in the ground. Yeah. And 5-7. And the fuel, 10-4 and 10-4. Beautiful. That should be in range. .75 miles to go. And this has been a beautiful ride. Tiny little flicker here and there in a couple of the clouds, but considering what this thing is being slammed with, I've got no complaints with that itty bitty flicker here and there. None. Oh, that looks fantastic. If I didn't know any better, I'd say it was real. And I know the camera's not doing it justice because you're seeing it at 1080p. I get to see it in 4K. Inbound Petty. We should have 10.3, 9.8 when we get in. 70 miles to go. This is beautifully smooth. Yeah, I can believe that. Yep. Yeah, I could believe that. Oh, I would love to take one of those balloon rides all the way up. That's got to be an awesome sight. All right, we're getting in the thick of it now. Local pressure. And I'm on terrain already, so let's have a peek. Bleed air panel is set to auto. Pressurization, land altitude is in. Passenger signs are on. Auto brake selector is set. Flight instruments and radios are set. Altimeter is set for local QNH. Recall. And we got a clean board. Landing data, VREF minimums, I got to put that in, and then we're good. That looks great. What a view. What are we coming? We're coming in at a $148. I don't know why I did that. Actually, we can even do that. How about that? Beautiful view. All right, so we're coming up to Kira. We need to be between 11 and 15. We're at 15.6 now, descending, so we're going to make that restriction as well. This has been great. And we're going to break through the clouds here. We should have a great view coming into St. Louis. Beautiful. What are we holding at here? We're holding at 5, yes. And at Killish. All right, we're below 15, and we're 0.4 of a mile from our waypoint, so right on the money. Look at that view, man. Wow. Beautiful view. Never gets old. Never. It just keeps getting better. And at GT we need to be slow to 210. Right, 210 the rest of the way into Buell. Yep. Okay. And that's after Jack. Now this is what flight simulation's all about, man. Look at that beautiful view. Man. Amazing. So we got a right turn coming up, and then we have a U-turn. And they did this ride in an hour and 35 minutes. We're an hour and 24 right now. Closing the gap. Ground shadows look pretty cool with the sunlight coming in various sections, match up with the clouds. Very nice. I'll tell you, the auto flight system has been beautiful. The whole ride. That it is, NetTube. That it is. Here's St. Louis straight ahead. Nicely done. And we're coming up on 10. Let's have a quick peek. Exterior lights, check, set. Engine start select is to continuous. And EFIS panel to terrain. I'm already on terrain. Looks like we're going to be coming in with a crosswind. Man, that is one amazing view. Beautiful. All right, Choto, we should have 10 on the fuel. 9.8 when we get in. Another 32 miles to go. It's going to come out, loop around. And I have zero complaints about this ride. From cold and dark to where we are now. which is up first. Yeah, I agree, NetTube. I agree. Let's take a look at something here. We're going to E33. We're right in the corner of Terminal 2, just about. Okay. And we got a right coming up here. Should have a great view out that window. So we need to be between 8 and 10,000. We're at 8,000 right now. Right on the money. Wow, look at that, man. Beautiful. All right, let's start slowing down here. When I say we're coming in at 148, 148. There's St. Louis. And we'll go look up Fred Sanford's family. Those of you old enough to remember that show. So we have this to Buell and then a U-turn. All right, let's go 5. All right, inbound Herbie. Give me 10. Man, it doesn't get any better than this. This is just off the hook. Wow. Man, what a beautiful ride. I'll tell you, Sobo, when it comes together, you got it. When it doesn't. All right, let's switch over here to the approach. 12 left, we've got the RNAV-Z. Yes, and we are right on the money coming into Buffy. You know what? This is short. Let's get set up here. We're coming in tight. B-15. We're going to slow all the way up right now. What a great view. 25. And we got a U-turn coming up. And give me 30. So the auto flight system has been absolutely beautiful from the time I gave it to right now. The climb out, the descent, everything. Cruise, beautiful run. Hey, Sniper Gaming, how's it going? I hope so. Although we've got a 21 knot crosswind whacking us. So as long as it's not cream cheese and everybody gets splattered. Man, what a beautiful, beautiful ride. Got to be one of the best rides I've ever had in flight simulation. And that's going back to 1985. And that's no joke. Man. Outstanding. A little bit of rocking going on here. Just a little bit. But with the 21 knot wind, got to give it a little slack. So we've got lights, engine start selectors, auto brake, speed brake, landing gear, and flaps. They have been notified. I mean the APU. And I don't need you. Let's take up the chart. Wow, look at this is, man, I'm loving it. I'll tell you, I hope all my problems are worked out with this simulator because this is definitely my favorite daytime sim. X-Plane's got it nighttime, but daytime, 2020's got it and 2024's got it, no doubt about it. How long, Twisted? I've had this flight deck about 9-10 years. Been flight simming since 1985 though. Let's see how the auto flight does here. Let's pick up the localizer. Nicely done. Very nice. Let's pick up the approach now. Let's switch on over. We got a 21 knot, 22 knot wind whacking us. And the auto flight's handling it rather well. Wow, that looks beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, for me 2020 just seems too bright, but I think it has to do with my monitors and the way I have them set up, because I have these set up with the dynamic settings and the backlighting at full blast at 20. So she's a little low here. My bird. My bird. I've got control. That speed up. Man, look at that view. Wow. And it's beautifully smooth. And that plays a big role on just how good you're going to perform on landing. Because it's really difficult where you got stutters going on. No doubt about it. Look, we got 22 knot wind yanking us right now. Beautiful view. I'll sleep good now. Had a great ride. A little high now. We are getting whacked. Now the winds are coming down. 13, 12 on the crosswind now. Getting a little better. Prepare for landing. Oh, easy. Oh yeah. Welcome to St. Louis. I'm surprised I didn't get that 80 knot call out. Oh, we're not making that turn off. Would have been nice though, but we are not making that turn off. And let's get the APU up and running. And we got our parking is right over here off to the right, so let's get you on TA and you can go to test. Are we crossing anything here? Yes, we are. We're going to go right across. Well, I hope you enjoyed that ride, man. That was pretty cool. This whole ride was great. APU's been up about longer than a minute. And we can kill number 2. And we're going to cut right across Hotel Charlie. We're right in the corner of Terminal 2. Nice and smooth. I'm loving it. Although I'm not seeing many aircraft out here, though. Yeah, I know. Let's get through this runway quick. And we got the next right. So that was an hour and 40 minutes. We're 5 minutes late. Ouch. Oh, you want to play chicken there, Johnny? All right, we'll go this way then. I love it when it all comes together like this. Man, beautiful, beautiful ride. For those of you that were here today, I hope you enjoyed that because that was something else. And our gate is right in the corner. Right, we've got 33 Edward. There's my law enforcement coming back. Echo. It's hard to get that Phoenix alphabet out of your head when you've used it day in and day out. And we should be right down here in the corner. I think our gate's available. We can lose that. Now, this is the way flight simulation is supposed to be experienced. Without any issues. And here's our gate right here. Nice and smooth all the way in. Man, I can't remember it being this smooth. Beautiful. Brakes, cut them down, anti-collision, and no smoking seatbelt sign. Let them run around. On VATSIM, oh yeah. My ID, I believe, is 806309. Tomorrow, I'm hoping to be live tomorrow. That's for sure, because I don't think I'm going to get any flying in on Thanksgiving. So I definitely want to try and get at least 1, 2. Be nice to get 3 rides in, but I think that's a little bit asking a bit much. But yeah, I'm hoping that I can get that. And well, I'm not gonna do anything because I'm gonna shut this whole thing down. So we'll leave that up and running. You guys would be off. You would be off. You would be on standby. So, all right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that ride. I always enjoy the company and the conversation along the way. So I will catch everybody on my next run. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click on that button. And if you enjoyed the ride, click that like button if you will. I heard it gets me higher up there in the rankings. I don't know how true that is. I don't know YouTube all that well, but I'd appreciate it. All right, everybody. I'll catch you on my next run. Thanks for joining me tonight. Take care. Oh, at 2:10 in the morning.
What a great ride.
Hello, Washington, 204, this is Mike, 204,
Mike, 204,
280, Washington, 204.
Just 9852, switch to Constellation Airport for approach for restriction movement for
Yes, but that, we could probably cancel the ISR, actually, that might be helpful.
Just 9852, Roger, okay, check your canceling IFR, some traffic now on the 9-mile mile in Wisconsin, 34,500 feet, and north of radar for traffic between you and Int'l. Surveillance service terminates with me, it's cleared on the frequencies at this time, and you can call me on the front.
So just, cancel that, we'll clear you on the ground for Chinook 9852.
Yeah, with uniform extended control airspace in the vicinity of Las Vegas, 25 nautical mile minimum speed altitude, 4,400.
Control airspace, no free on, good, low, space, 4,400, close over, yes, go.
Yeah, with uniform marker, check for mark, no radar for traffic between you and the field, but in determined at the time, so that frequency indication.
Thanks, Olivia.
Jazz 383, then ready to descend 10,000, damage altimeter 29 or 79.
2979 down to 10,000, outskirts of Jazz 383.
Delta 2247, contact center 134.9, good day.
34,9 Delta 2247, good day.